Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cut to the Chase Sports Podcast, where we bring a unique insight analysis at the college and NFL levels, professional and college, obviously. Obviously, I usually don't do the intro, but we're changing it up a little bit for this episode. I've got Chase to my left. We couldn't. How we doing, Chase? How we doing?
You know what? I'm doing all right. NFL Sunday. I'm kind of wired, just kind of crazy shit going on. But yeah, I'm doing all right.
For sure, yeah. We don't have Matt in here today. He had an allergic reaction to a dog, so he will not be joining us. He's looking pretty rough right now. Uh, but we're
So I
excited.
can't laugh. I shouldn't laugh about that.
Today we're gonna get into our NFL picks for today. Obviously, the first NFL Sunday of the year, so we're definitely excited to watch some football, no doubt about it, and get our predictions in here. So Matt's picks last week weren't very good at the college level, so he will not be giving you any NFL picks because he was like, it was bad yesterday. If you listen,
Yeah, it was not good at all. It was kind of sad.
for
It
sure.
was funny. It was kind of sad watching that. I'm not gonna lie.
It was extremely sad for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Oh man.
But we're not going to waste any time here. Um,
Mhm.
we'll get into the first game. I'm going to ask Chase, and here we go. So
Let's do it.
what? So 49ers Bears. You got Justin Fields, second year with his amazing offensive scheme versus Nick Bosa, Nick
Oh Lord.
Bosa, Fred Warner.
Yep.
That 49ers defense,
Yep.
and just give me your thoughts on this game.
Man, I look at the 49ers and the Bears. He obviously got Trey Lance making his, I'm not going to say his first career start because, I mean, he started once or twice last year, but this is really his team now. Jimmy Garoppolo's in the back seat. There's no really turning back or looking back when it comes to that. But I'm really interested to see what Trey Lance can do. I'm pretty sure George Kittle is going to be out for this game. So he doesn't have he doesn't have his reliable top five target, tight end target in the National Football League right there. Obviously got Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings. So he's got a good cast of receivers to throw to today to kind of get his feet wet as a full-time starter. When it comes to Chicago, though, they finally got that SOB Matt Nagy out. All right. So who knows what this will look like? Matt Eberflus comes in from the Indianapolis Colts, defensive-minded coach. So that very well, they showed that in the draft that they're going to draft defense, even though Justin Fields has no freaking offensive line. I'm going to try not to cuss today. He has no offensive line whatsoever. Not really any receivers. Darnell Mooney and then Velus Jones Jr. From what you said is out. So
Yep.
I mean he's going to be under a lot of duress today. But when I look at this game and I'm thinking about making a pick or something like that, you've got I don't think this is going to be a super high scoring game. I think the Bears defense is going to play decent, but then the Niners defense is going to suffocate them, which is why I got, a score of 49ers 21, Bears 10 on this Sunday afternoon in Chicago. I don't think I think both teams are going to try to run the ball and all that. The Bears offensive line, obviously atrocious, but I still think they're going to run the ball decently, but I think the Niners are really going to establish the pace in the trenches up front.
Yep. I don't disagree with you there. Definitely going 49ers as well. I'll go 27-6. Not a close game, really. I just think the Bears didn't do really anything to improve on offense this offseason. But yeah, and I just want to point out, clearly Allen Robinson is not all that. When the fact that Darnell Mooney was better than him last year, and he had 2 targets against the Bills.
Yeah, I didn't really understand the whole thing there, but
No.
there's a whole season. There's 17 games.
There is. You never know. He could break out.
Most definitely.
Let's move on to this next 1:00 game. We got Eagles Lions. Some very. I feel like the rookies in this game is maybe one of the stories of the game because both had good rookie classes. Let's get your thoughts on this game.
Most definitely. Talk about the rookies, defensive rookies. You got Aiden Hutchinson for the Detroit Lions, the number 2 overall pick, who probably should have been the number 1 overall pick. We'll see what Trayvon Walker does to get in their game against the Commanders. But you got him. You got Jordan Davis for the Eagles, taking up so much space in the inside. And then even you got third-round pick, Nakobe Dean. I'm excited to see what he'll be able to do for the Philadelphia Eagles today. Jameson Williams not playing. I was really intrigued by this Lions receiving core if they were able to have it. I'm still intrigued by it. They got DJ Chark, Amara St. Brown, guys like that, and then obviously DeAndre Swift out of the backfield and Jamal Williams. And so I'm really intrigued to see what this game is. This could very well be a sneaky game. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a really good team. Obviously had A.J. Brown come over from Tennessee in the offseason. Jalen Hurts is he able to make that next step? Quarterback from Alabama and Oklahoma, and he's got Devontae Smith on the outside as well. Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert. There's a lot of pieces on this Eagles offense as well. So a lot of people are really riding high on the Eagles. So I'm interested to see what they're going to be able to do coming out of the gates.
Definitely. And what would you say is your what's your score prediction this game?
So I was going a little bit back and forth between it. The Lions have, I'll say this, crowd will play a factor in this game. The Lions actually sold out their stadium for the first time in I think nearly 10 years. So, a lot of the hype from Hard Knocks, from the a lot of anticipation that this team could make that jump. I'm not the huge jump from 3 to all the way to Super Bowl. I mean, the Bengals did that, and people have hope now from their teams. But I think it's going to actually be a really good game. I got the Eagles winning this one 26-21. I think it'll be, honestly, it'll be one of those week 1 classics where it's like, you didn't really expect much from the Lions coming out of it. The Eagles were high riding favorite, but I think the Eagles ultimately get the job done. I think they're really going to get the job done when it comes to A.J. Brown making a play here or there. And it's going to be tough for Jared Goff to throw the football because you got James Bradbury and Darius Slay covering your top 2 guys. So I got 26-21 Eagles.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a interesting game. Obviously, the Lions weren't good last year, or
not at all.
Not at all. But this game is intriguing based on the Lions' improvements, and the Eagles also improved quite a bit.
Oh, they did.
Everything from the offseason. So I do think Jalen Hurts, gets better this year. And I do predict a win for the Eagles, 20-17. All right. So we'll move on. This one's probably like the one that we have circled the most for the day. Obviously. 1 o'clock. You got Steelers versus Bengals in Cincinnati. The line has now moved to Cincinnati -7. So they're a touchdown favorite at home. What do you got?
Okay, so we haven't released this episode. I did an episode with my dad. He started a podcast called The Franchise. It's about Bengals stuff, and we talked a little bit about the game on there. But my initial thoughts when it comes to this is that I think this game, especially with the conditions that are going to come, in the second quarter, late second quarter, second half, there's supposed to be some rain and some not so great weather going on. So I think this game really is going to be one in the trenches today. I think depending on how Cincinnati runs the football is going to be one thing, and I think how well the Steelers' offensive line holds up in the pass protection is how it's going to hold up. Because I think if one of those things breaks open, I mean, this game could go any other way because passing games are going to be interesting. I think Cincinnati's going to try to attack downfield early. I think they're going to, really try to go early and often. I don't know how their offense is really going to, be at the start with guys not having played in the preseason, but they have, worked with each other a lot. And then obviously Pittsburgh, I mean, they got Najee Harris, very good running back. He's going to be great for years to come. One thing that concerns me is their offensive line. I don't really know if they did a whole lot to improve that over the offseason, but we will see. I think Mitch is not a bad quarterback. I got to keep it real. He's not a bad quarterback, serviceable quarterback. He can win you games. You saw it when he was in Chicago. And I think the receiving core is a very good receiving core. I mean, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, George Pickens, NFL young boy. I mean, I really think they have a good receiving core in their defense. That's what they pride themselves off of. Throughout history, it's what it's been. I know I'm talking a little bit too much about this game because, got the jersey on, all this stuff. I'm literally going 100 miles an hour in my mind right now. But, score prediction for this, I got Bengals 27-17. I've kind of gone back and forth. I was going to say 27-20, like the touchdown favorite, going with what Vegas had. But I got 27-17. I think it'll be a pretty close game for the most part. I think Cincinnati will kind of separate themselves a little bit, but I still think it'll, there's going to be there's still going to be a lot of tension when it comes to later into the game and all. I think it'll be a good game for sure.
Yep, yep. I agree. I think this is going to be a good game as well. I think these two teams, obviously, last year the Bengals dominated the two matchups. So
Mhm.
I do think Mike Tomlin is really trying to motivate the team,
Yep.
to send a message and you know give a statement.
Yep.
But I think it's going to be such a close game. I think this all comes down to which O line is better. Like
Yep.
both O lines struggled last year, but the Bengals, you know, improved. They shouldn't. You would assume they've improved.
Yeah.
And then both teams can really rush the passer. So because
Yep.
the Bengals got a nice edge rush duo with
Yep.
Hubbard and Hendrickson.
Mhm.
And, the Steelers have T.J. Watt and then Cam Hayward on the inside.
Ty
So
Smith as well. Yep.
Smith, yep.
Yep.
And so I think it's a really good game. Good. Both teams have good wideouts.
Mhm.
Bengals probably first in the division. Steelers maybe second, maybe
Yep.
in terms of
I agree.
wideouts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I got to pick them.
Okay, I was gonna say fuck you, but all right, that's fine. Yeah,
But I gotta
I,
go.
yeah, yeah. I
24-20.
what you say?
24-20 is my score.
24-20? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So and that's the thing. Pittsburgh, they've come out, they've had some really good opening days and all that. Obviously, Buffalo was the most recency
Yeah.
last year. But I do remember they played the Patriots in 2019, and the Patriots blew the doors off them on Sunday Night Football. But hey, Pittsburgh, you cannot underestimate them whatsoever. That's why I'm nervous. That's why I still have nerves for this game, because it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're
Definitely.
one of the greatest franchises in football history. So,
Yep.
I respect the opponent. Doesn't mean I gotta like them. So, but
Yep.
hey, we agree on a lot of things, but we agree to disagree on the outcome. That's all
Yep.
good.
Yep. 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 Oh
Uh,
yeah. Sometimes
I know we're
I
getting in
was
this
trying
little
to
mode where it's like, hosting all that, but hey, it's all good. We all going on the fly for this one.
for sure, for sure. But
Mhm.
that game, obviously, we're gonna pick different sides because
Oh, for sure, for sure.
we're both. You gotta kind of go with your team unless you're very confident that the other team wins.
Yeah.
Uh, but next game we got Patriots Dolphins. So this is a solid matchup, I'd say,
Yeah.
between the two Bama buddy quarterbacks.
Mhm.
You got Tua,
Yep.
who can't really throw the ball very
Bama
far.
Bull
Then you got Mac Jones, who sat behind Tua, came in the same recruiting class, and then became a first round pick after 1 year.
Yep.
And you've got, Dolphins receiving core is very, very fast. Definitely the fastest receiving core in the league with Waddle and Tyreek Hill and, Mike Gesicki at tight end is a good, good option there. And, Tua can't really throw deep
Mhm.
but he can throw short decently.
Yep.
He can pop
Mm.
those quick passes in.
Oh,
What do
for
you
sure.
got here? What's your analysis?
So I think I think they're gonna really move these two receivers around, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, a lot. I think they're gonna really, uh I think they're gonna be a little innovative, I would say. I think, they might see you might see some jet sweeps of some of these guys. You might see some, obviously some quick passes, a lot of intermediate stuff. I mean, I think Tua might take the top off the defense one of these plays. I'm
Mhm.
not entirely sure. I think if this happens, I think it'll be early on in the game, just to be like, hey, New England, like, we're gonna take a shot or two
Yeah.
down the field, and it's,
Yep.
just see if they can get a quick one off of them. So I think Miami's going to be a good football team. So I have them making the playoffs as a 7 seed. So I think this is going to be a really big showing for them. They beat the Patriots last year, week 1 at 4:00 in Foxborough, 17-16. I'll get to that score prediction in just a second. And the Patriots, they lost a lot this offseason. Obviously, J.C. Jackson was probably the biggest loss they had. Damian Harris is on the trade block. So, I mean, they're going to start Ramondre Stevenson, I believe. So, I mean, they got some issues going on at running back and all. Mac Jones didn't have a bad year last year, took his team to the playoffs. The defense really was the team it was really the part that carried it there. But we'll see what Mac Jones has in year 2. And then, at receiver, they got, Devontae Parker, Nelson Aguilar, you got Kendrick Bourne. So you got some decent receivers there as well. And then Tyquan Thornton from Baylor is actually with the Patriots as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is an interesting matchup looking at it. But I've had this in my mind. I'm going to go and say that the Dolphins are going to win this thing 20-17 in overtime.
All right, that'd be an exciting game to see. Tua and
Mhm.
Mac battle it out in overtime.
Yep.
Definitely very. I like the prediction. I like it a lot.
Mm.
I think I personally am going to go with Miami in a
Mhm.
good game.
Yep.
And I think it's be more high scoring than people think. I'm gonna actually go 33-31 in a nice
Okay. Okay.
game.
Yeah. I definitely see that happening. I mean, if if obviously Mac Jones is able to find some holes in the defense, I mean, this thing
Mhm.
could pop off. And then if Tua starts gaining more confidence, then they can start making more deep shots. And even, he's got playmakers around. Jalen Waddle's a playmaker. Tyreek Hill is like the ultimate playmaker in the
Yeah,
National Football League. That's why they're going to be methodical, move those guys around. So I could really see that happening. And Bill Belichick, as a whole, he hasn't been good in Miami at all as a
yeah.
coach. He's historically had they've gone down there and had sour performances and sour opening days as well.
Agreed. Yep, absolutely. And that's part of my prediction is keeping that in mind, and also the fact that Tom Brady is no longer in a Patriots uniform, so there's
Yeah.
no X factor like there used to be, and I just think the Dolphins' talent outweighs them
Oh,
personally.
definitely. Most definitely they do. They got a very talented roster.
Definitely. But next up, we have one of the more intriguing storylines, I would say, of the week. I don't know if you guys would agree, but Browns at Panthers. Baker Mayfield against his former team. Seems
Oh,
like Myles Garrett didn't really like Baker Mayfield that much based off his comments.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So what do you got for me here? What do you got?
Well, I actually haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to this game this week. I obviously did on the weeks coming up once Baker was traded and all the stuff was going down. But um, I've been going back and forth with this game. Obviously, the Browns have a real good run game. Deshaun Watson's obviously not in at quarterback for the first 3 months of the season. I think Jacoby Brissett's, I don't think he's a bad starter. I really don't. I mean, I'm just interested to see what the Browns will do in the passing game. It's going to be a lot of play action since they're run heavy offense. They can rotate guys in and out. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt trade, and then you got Dearness Johnson. They still got a good offensive line. There's going to be a lot, like I said, a lot of play action going on. Amari Cooper, first time in a Browns uniform. DPJ, you got a couple tight ends, David Njoku, Harrison Bryant. So a lot of run heavy stuff going on for them. And then with the Panthers, I could really see the Panthers trying to air this thing out. All right.
Definitely.
Like the Browns have a very good secondary. All right. Denzel Ward, you got Greg Newsome, John Johnson on the back end. So they have a good secondary. So it's not like they just gonna go out and just start throwing it out of their minds. But Baker Mayfield has a nice receiving core himself when it comes to, what the fuck's his name? Oh, sorry, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Terrence Marshall. So they got a good, and obviously Christian McCaffrey for week 1. He's actually healthy this time. So that could be a very well an X factor if Christian McCaffrey doesn't get hurt inside the first 5 minutes of this game. So, but when I'm looking at this, I just see Baker getting his revenge. I mean, I think the Browns are the better team, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
But the Browns haven't won a week 1 game since 2004, and I'm gonna ride on that trend until that trend is broken. So give me Panthers 23-20.
Yeah, and I'm definitely with you. Brown's run game is pretty nasty, but
Mhm.
having Jacoby Brissett, not Deshaun Watson, is going to hurt them a little.
Yep.
And I agree. I think the Panthers will be a throw heavy team, having McCaffrey out of the backfield,
Mhm.
DJ Moore, all those weapons. I think this is a very interesting game, but I'm also going to go with the Panthers. I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go low scoring. Actually, I'm going to go
Okay.
14-10 in a
Okay.
nice
Okay.
low scoring matchup.
Yeah, it would help if we saw some of these weather indications for these games, but because obviously I didn't even know that the Bengals was going to be rainy until Friday, which kind of got me in a bad mood. But
That
but
sucks.
yeah, it sucks for our past game, but that's another game that we just talked about. So yeah, keep going.
All right. So next up we have Saints Falcons.
Ooh,
Rivals
all
week
right,
1.
all right.
Let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, Saints Falcons. I mean, the Saints own Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Don't get it mistaken with the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, which is now the Caesar Superdome.
Yeah.
They own Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Saints, I don't even think the Saints have lost the game. Well, they lost one, but they've done their work in that stadium. They've handled business there. Alvin Kamara is not suspended, and Alvin Kamara has had some of his best games against the Atlanta Falcons, which I anticipate that he'll have another one today since Jameis Winston's coming back off the ACL injury. He's going to rely on him a lot. Michael Thomas might not be playing. We'll get inactives at about 11:30. But, you got all those factors. Chris Olave, rookie receiver, I could see him having a nice day. Jarvis Landry's going to be used a lot in the slot. And then the Saints defense. I mean, this is a very underrated football team and a really good defense that they have. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, Marshawn Lattimore. They just got rid of I think it was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to the Philadelphia Eagles. That was a big pickup for them. But I still think this Saints defense is obviously going to be good enough to take on the Falcons. And the Falcons, Marcus Mariota is their starting quarterback. Cordell Patterson at running back. I think Cordell Patterson's really good for what he's had to transition from wide receiver to running back and all. I think that kick returning ability that he had has really set him up to become a really good running back, and he's on one of my fantasy teams and all that. So I had to get him out there, but yeah. And then the receiving core, you got Kyle Pitts, glorified receiver, but he's listed as a tight end. That dude is big as hell, I'll tell you that. And then Drake London, I'm pretty sure Drake London is going to be playing today. See how the first receiver off the board plays, which not many people thought, and I know you didn't think. You didn't think
like number 9 receivers. I'm not going to give him, but a terrible pick.
Yeah, we're going to see how that goes for his opening day. But I mean, when I also look at this game, I'm going to give you a pick right now. I still feel like the Falcons are somehow going to keep it kind of close, and I think the Saints are just trying to get their thing started with new receiving core, new cast, and stuff on the back end. I got Saints 24-16. I think the score is going to be a little closer than what it actually is. So I think the Saints are really going to control this game, but I got 24-16. The Falcons score a late touchdown and make it really a one possession game.
Yeah. I think I'm excited for this game to see, if Michael Thomas plays, if he can bounce back from his injuries. Because last time he was fully healthy, he was pretty darn good, obviously. And you got Chris Olave making his debut, Jarvis Landry making his Saints debut, Drake London, the first receiver off the board.
Yep,
and is probably the wide receiver 1. So I'm assuming Lattimore will be guarding him. And then you got Marcus Mariota making his. It's an interesting game, but overall, I think the Saints win it. I think their offense is just too good. And I don't think the Falcons' offense is good enough to, keep up with them. Kyle Pitts is an absolute beast. I really think he is a top 4 or 5 tight end in the NFL.
Yep.
Personally. And I'm going to go with Saints 28, Falcons 13.
Gosh. Yep. I could definitely see that for sure. Definitely could.
All righty. And next up, we have Ravens-Jets. We got Jets, another team that got some good rookies. Ravens as well, actually. Two good rookie classes again.
Yeah.
See what Joe Flacco starting at QB. Let's see what you got.
Can't wait for that. I think Joe Flacco is going to have a decent day. Not so sure about the Jets in general, but I'll tell you this. All right, interesting stat. So the Baltimore Ravens last year lost on Monday Night Football to the Raiders week 1 in overtime, 33-27. All right, not 43-27, but 33-27. So the 5 years before that, they won 5 week 1 games in a row. And if I look at the score correctly, it was a combined total. You have of 2 years, they beat the Browns on week 1, 2020, and the Dolphins week 1, 2019. They beat them a combined 97-16.
Good God.
And then we add the Bills. 144-19. Add in the Bengals the year before, the game I was at. 164-19 in 4 straight week 1 games. The Ravens just play like straight Hall of Famers on week 1. So I'm not even going to say a whole lot about this game. I don't even care. The Ravens are winning this ball game 40-17. They're going to score 40 plus. They scored Yeah, they scored 40 plus like 3 times in a row.
Yep.
30 plus. Still, I think they're gonna dominate today.
I agree, actually. I think the Ravens get this win pretty big, and I think Sauce Gardner gives up his first touchdown in however long it's been. Uh,
Mhm.
I'll go with Rashad Bateman
Yeah.
on a post. He's scoring a
Okay, that's very bold on the
very
post. All
bold,
right.
bold
All right.
prediction. But if that
Cover the
happens,
defense.
I think the Ravens win this pretty easily. I agree with the 40-point mark.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with 42 to 20. I think 42
Okay.
to 20 is my score.
Yep.
But I do think I'll go with Garrett Wilson snagging a touchdown, proving he should have been the first receiver.
That would be nice to see. I'd like to see
Yeah,
Garrett score a touchdown for
me
sure.
too. Me too. It'd be
Mhm.
nice, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
And next up, we have the game of the day: Jaguars.
Yeah, this is the one I'm gonna have on my TV. Screw the Bengals, man. I'm gonna
Yes,
watch
sir.
this game. I get to see Trevor Lawrence play against Carson Wentz, a AFC South reunion or
Yes.
whatever. What? No one wants to fucking watch this game.
No.
I will say though, I actually have a very, very close game in store indicated. I mean, Jacksonville had a
Yeah.
lot of stuff in the offseason. You know, going to get Brandon Scherf for the offensive line. Christian Kirk threw him $84 million. It's almost like Brock Osweiler robbing the fucking Texans.
Yeah.
But the AFC South just does that. That's what we'll say.
Indeed.
So, and then Trevor Lawrence, year 2, it's going to be interesting to see. Got rid of Laviska Shenault, which was interesting. So he got rid
Yeah.
of one of his top targets. That's very underrated storyline. And then Washington, I think Washington's going to be okay this year. I actually don't
Yep.
think they're going to be terrible. You obviously got, Chase Young. I don't think he's back. He's on the PUP list, but
Yep.
I think their pass rush is going to get better. Obviously, Carson Wentz he's not terrible, I will say. I mean,
No, it's not awful.
running back situation, they're going to get some things figured out there. I think the receiving core of Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. I think they're going to be just fine. Curtis Samuel, I think he still plays for them. Yep. So I mean, I think the receiving core is going to be just fine. And my score prediction for this one, I got Commanders 21-20. They get a late touchdown against the Jags.
I like it a lot. I think that I think obviously this game, you see Jaguars Commanders, you're not going to jump for joy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I do think there's some interesting parts to this game. ETN making his debut. I
Yep.
actually like him I have him in a lot of fantasy leagues, so I actually
Mhm.
I might flip this game on for a couple minutes just to see what's going on.
Definitely have to.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And we'll see what Trevor Lawrence is like in year 2.
Yep.
And then for the Commanders, I actually think their receiving core is very solid because I think Jahan Dotson is better than Drake London. I think he's a solid receiver for sure.
Yep.
Terry McLaurin, obviously, and then Curtis Samuel. Terry and Curtis were roommates in college.
Okay.
And their dream was to play together in the NFL. They came in together.
Well, there you go.
And
Mhm.
Curtis was the one that actually maybe was like the more hyped up one because he left after 3 years and
That's
Terry
true.
left
Yeah.
after 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested to see this game from that standpoint. But disappointed Chase Young won't be playing. But
Yeah.
he'll get back and. But I'll give my score. It's gonna be a good game, like you said. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars getting the W though.
Okay.
20-21, like you said for the
Yep. Mhm.
Commanders
All right.
to 14.
Okay. Pretty basic game for some, basic opponents and all. So, okay.
Definitely.
Gotcha. All right.
Definitely.
We hit the 4:00 games now. We
Yeah,
good with that?
let's hit the 4 o'clock game. Let's hit them. Let's hit them.
All right. It's cool.
Well, actually, no. There's one more 1 o'clock game.
Oh,
Colts,
I know which one.
Texans.
Yep.
Colts, Texans. Yep, that's my bad.
And I'm not even really going to say a whole lot. Jonathan Taylor's going to run all over them. I think play action is going to be big for the Colts. Not underrated. Not trying to sleep on the Texans or anything like that. But I don't think it's going to be that. I think Brandon Cooks will score a touchdown though. But I have 28-7 Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my my camera real quick to my phone if that's all right. So I'm gonna leave the
Sounds
studio
good.
and do my prediction real quick.
For sure. But yep, 28-7 Colts. There we go. I think. Hold on one second. Got to move that off. But yeah, looking at that, and I think we'll be good going to 4:00 games when Brady gets back. So I'll talk a little bit about the Giants Titans game that's going on. The Giants are really tough to watch. When it comes to Daniel Jones, I'm not too sure what to expect from him this entire season. He's obviously didn't get his fifth-year option accepted, so he's basically proving it this year. It's either playoffs or nothing, and playoffs in the Big Blue, that doesn't come around too often. That normally comes with the Super Bowl when it comes to that last couple of times. But it's hard to watch the Giants. I think the Titans, though, honestly, Derrick Henry. I think he's going to be fine. It's going to be way more than fine. Ryan Tannehill is going to be the big question. Can he not throw picks in really dire certain situations? I mean, I don't know. That's going to be a really big thing as we get Brady back on. Talking about the Giants Titans right now. But
Gotcha.
my score prediction for this, Giants Titans, I got score prediction 29-13 Titans. I think the Titans are just going to run all over them, and it's not going to really be close.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
You got me?
Yep. There you go. You good? I don't know. Are we having technical difficulties? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, I'm about to say. All right. Cool. I think Wi-Fi's down here. Yep. But yeah,
okay.
I got Titans over the Giants 29-13.
All right. Yeah. I agree that the Titans get this win. You know,
Yep.
they were obviously the 1 seed last year in the AFC, I believe.
Yep.
You know, solid team. I don't think they have a season like that again this year, but you know, excited to see Derrick Henry. You know, see what Saquon's playing today. Correct?
I believe he is.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Excited to see what he can do being back. And I also do have the Titans winning this game. I'm going to go 27-17 this game in a solid, you know, decent game, but not too close. Yep. Titans win it.
Yeah, not a 425 game that you'll initially turn on with some of these other games we got because there's some really good ones.
Absolutely. And so if you want to move on, we'll go over to Packers-Vikings. You got rivals Aaron Rodgers versus Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones. Aaron Rodgers.
There's a lot of stuff going into this game. Lots of things going on. I'll tell you that.
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah.
Let me hear what.
Huh?
Did I freeze?
I don't even know. I mean, I think my Wi-Fi is all right. I think you might be frozen for a second. Hold on. You can't hear me though, right? Shit.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. When I look at this game, I got, man, this is a good game. This is really intriguing. I'm not even really gonna break it down a whole lot. Like you really summed it up well when it came to all the players in this game. It's all normally a good matchup, especially when it's indoors. I got Vikings 24-23 this time. I think it's gonna be a big time win for the Vikings to start the season off, and I think the Packers are really gonna be missing Devontae Adams.
I'm right with you there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
You got me?
Yep.
Oh, you can hear me now? Okay,
yep.
Cool. Personally, I think the Packers win it. I'm gonna go 1.
Gotcha. All right. And you got that, and you know the other 4:00 game, Chiefs Cardinals looks like a good game. It's gonna probably be a high scoring affair, if I were to guess. So, just due to time constraints, I'm just gonna kind of give the pick here: 38-26 Chiefs.
All right. I'll also give my pick real quick. 35-28 Chiefs.
There you go. Should be a good game there. And then I was thinking about picking the Monday night game, but SNF, I think we're good on. I think we'll finish on the SNF game. But man, Bucks Cowboys. Man. They played each other last year in the opener, and it was a hell of a game. But I think the Cowboys are going to get their revenge. I don't know what Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's going to play decent tonight, but I think Dak Prescott's going to have a really nice game, especially with CD Lamb taking over as the one. So I got Cowboys 27-24 in this.
Yep. I actually have I have the Buccaneers here, but I do really like this matchup. Go 27.
You said 27-20? What was the score?
Yeah, 27-20.
Okay. Yep. I think we might be. All right. Yep. All right. I think we might be having some technical difficulties, but it's all good. I will say this. I mean, this is this has been, do a bunch of picks and stuff like that. We'll do this, try to do this most Sundays and all. So, but we'll get everything down and all that. And hopefully we keep doing these for sure. Brady hosted the show today. So you take it out, man.
So yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Chase. We were good picks there. Really good episode, I would say. I thought it was good. And this is podcast signing out.
There we go.